Hi guys, I'm Katie again for Ask Katie the Drug Lady. I'm here to talk to you about prior authorizations. So prior authorizations in a pharmacy make me want to stab myself in the eye. Anytime the pharmacy sees one, we immediately just all sigh. They're complicated. It means that a customer is about to get angry. And it's probably the worst named insurance rejection in the world. Other insurance rejections I can explain. The name of it kind of explains what it does or what the process is. Prior authorizations, no, doesn't make any sense. Because your doctor authorized this. Your doctor wrote this prescription. They authorized this. What does this mean? So you bring your prescription into the pharmacy. You hand it to the technician. They type it. And they tell you, you have to get prior. This means that the drug is not on your formulary. And a formulary is really just a really nice term for a list. It's a list of drugs that your insurance company says we're going to pay for outright without any hassle. Then you have a limited formulary, another part of the formula. And this is another list of drugs that they will cover if you go through a bunch of crap. So the form is created at the pharmacy. The pharmacy sends it to your doctor. Your doctor has to call, fax, or go online and fill out the prior authorization. And this is just a list of questions about you, your disease state, and what other medications you've tried in the past and thus failed. Because more times than not, what drug that you're choosing or your doctor chose is more expensive than a drug that's on your formulary, your regular formulary that will be paid for. Or you're picking a brand name drug when there is an alternate medication that's very similar but has a generic. So your doctor has to say yes, they've tried the generic alternatives, or yes, they've tried the other therapies that are cheaper and they failed on it. Or they have to say, you have this special disease that very few people have and only this drug is indicated to treat. Because other drugs that may be similar might not have in their indication, meaning in their FDA approval when they were approved, that wasn't put as one of the things that they're allowed to treat for or claim that they treat for. So again, I kind of think of it as, the Billy Goat's gruff. The insurance is the troll that makes you answer the riddles 3 before you can pass. So that's what the doctor's doing. They're going online or calling or faxing, and they're answering the riddles 3. And if they answer correctly, then the drug company will think about it. And when I say think about it, they have a board that approves the formulary, for one. It's a bunch of doctors and pharmacists, and they approve what goes on the formulary. Then they use their judgment to decide which drugs will be covered with which answers. So if your doctor answered all the questions correctly, they'll pay for it. If there's something the doctor said, or you don't meet the requirements to get it paid for, then they're just going to flat out deny it. And the only option is your doctor to prescribe something else. And yes, they have the right to do that. You get a lovely packet every time you sign up for insurance, and it's in there. They have the right to do that because they're the ones shelling out the money for it. So if you want a $2,000 drug, that's what's got to happen. And of course, they'll always tell you, you have the right as a patient to pay out of pocket. I was like, oh, I have the right to. That's great. That doesn't mean I want to. So don't yell at the pharmacy. Don't say, what do you mean? My doctor authorized this. We hear that 1,000 times a day. And we promise you, it's just as pain in the butt for the pharmacy and the doctor and even the insurance company as it is for you. Because once we fax the doctor, once the pharmacy fax the doctor and the insurance do this little dance. And does anybody inform the pharmacy of what's going on? No, they don't. They never do. So we just sit there in the pharmacy calling every day, going, hey, did you get this prior authorization for Mrs. So-and-so? No. So there's that. The other type of prior authorization is not necessarily that your doctor's picking a brand name medication that's really expensive, because you can get a prior authorization for a cheap drug too. So for instance, a diet drug, phentermine. Phentermine's really cheap comparatively. When I say cheap, I mean under $20. Some people would not consider that cheap. They would want even less, but under 20 in the pharmacy is considered cheap. Considering I've held a drug in my hand that's as much as my car. So, and actually more than my car, which is really sad to say about my car. But yeah, relatively cheap. It's cheap. But if I were to get a drug, or if I were to get the prescription for phentermine, and it does flag a prior authorization, it means that they want to know if I'm taking this for cosmetic reasons, like I want to lose weight for my wedding, or am I taking this for a health reason, like I'm morbidly obese, and if I don't lose weight, there's chances I'm going to get other illnesses, or I have other illnesses that require me to lose weight. So that would be if somebody's about to get like a gastric bypass, they might try that before, in which case the drug company might say, yes, if you're morbidly obese and you're at higher risk of other illnesses, we will pay for it. Another issue is certain skin creams, and I'm going to go through a whole acne section, so beware. Certain skin creams can be used for acne and for things like crow's feet. Yeah. So, if you have acne, you might look young like me. But, so older women will get those for their wrinkles, and the insurance company wants to say, hey, is this for acne or is this for wrinkles? And they're going to cover it for acne, it's not going to be for wrinkles. And some drug companies are like, oh no, you're over 18, you can just deal with acne. Well, as a 30-year-old who has acne, screw you. So, that's what we have to deal with every day in the pharmacy, with prior authorizations and other insurance and rejections in general. And I do plan on having another video just all about insurance and explaining all the complicated words and terminology that they have. The next video I want to do is why my prescription takes so long. So I get that question every single day. Why did that guy's prescription take 5 minutes and my prescription takes an hour? Ugh, honey. Things take different amounts of time depending on how complicated they are. So I'm going to go into the basic flow of pharmacies. Every pharmacy chain is a little different, but there are some basic principles that stay the same, and just where in the process it can go wrong and why that would make it take longer. Okay? So I think that's really important for you guys to know. I hope this really helps somebody, anybody, and again, send your questions and comments or concerns to katiethedruglady@yahoo.com, and like my Facebook page, Katie the Drug Lady, because I put stuff up there all the time about these issues. And I actually have a big flow chart, because in the medical world, if we want, we make flow charts about everything. We make an algorithm for everything. We have one for constipation. Yep, comes down to poo. We have algorithms for poo. You're welcome. So, like this video or subscribe, all that stuff. I'm new to the YouTubes and the internets, peoples. I'm sorry. And again, sorry this is in my bedroom, but unless you want my toddler coming in and being like, Apple, this is what you get. So, see you next time, and just always remember, if you have any questions, ask Katie the Drug Lady. Have a good day.